Hi everyone, my name is Jackie Ochoa, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on a book called Breath, Ice, Memory by Edwidge Danticat. Um, so a little bit of what I'm going to be going over today is the author background, such as her education and some of her work. Um, I'm going to continue to do a book summary where I'm just going to do a brief description of the actual book. Political and historical background, I'm going to talk a little bit on what was going on both in the book, in the novel, and the real world at the same time. And finally, I will be going over on why I chose the book, um, very briefly as well. So, who is Edwidge Danticat, right? She was born on January 1969 in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Um, she moved to Brooklyn, New York in 1981, where she graduated high school and received her BA degree in French literature in 1990 from Bernard College. Um, she received her MFA degree in creative writing in 1993 as well from Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Um, she did receive doctorate degrees from Brooklyn College, Brown University, Yale University, Smith College, Adelphi University, St. Thomas University, um, the University of Indianapolis, as well as the University of the West Indies Open Campus. Um, so she began writing in Haiti at the age of 9. But by the time she was 14, she published her first story, in this case, her first written in English in 1983 called A Haitian American Christmas. Um, yeah, where she could then continue into her next publication called A New World of Full of Strangers, which explained a little bit about her immigrant experience, which eventually led to the writing of her first novel, Breath, Ice, Memory, in 1994. Her writing is very particular. It focuses both on fiction and nonfiction, but she still makes the effort to highlight the lives of Haitian people. Um, in 1997, she was named one of the country's best young authors by the literary journal Granta. She also won fiction awards from Essence and 17 magazines. She was named as one of the 20 people in their 20s who will make a difference by Harper's Bazaar magazine. And um and she was also named one of the 15 Greatest Women of the Year. She has published approximately 16 other books since Breath Ice Memory, with Everything Inside being the latest, which was released in 2019. A summary on the book, it follows the story of a 12-year-old called Sophie Kaku when she is sent to New York from her village of Croix des Recettes in Haiti to reunite with her mother, who she barely remembers due to her mom abandoning her when she was young and leaving her with her aunt. Because Sophie did bring a lot of bad memories to her since she was the result of a rape. While being in New York with her mom, she comes across secrets that can only be solved once she goes back to Haiti with her mother. Um, the story follows a journey. Like I said, she highlights a lot the lives of Haitian people. So it incorporates the political violence of Haiti, as well as informs about the customs, hardships, and wisdom of the Haitian people to the readers. The political and historical relevance. Um, the story takes place in the 1980s, when Haiti was ruled by the dictator Jean-Claude Dulavier, also known as Baby Thought, who under his uh, reign, his his power, he widespread poverty and violence, sponsored by the government oppressing the population. Um, 1987, in 1986, the Macoutes, also known as the VSN, were the Duvalier dynasty to commit acts of violence to control and suppress uprisings against the regime. Um, they use different types of weapons, including machetes and guns, to commit rape, murder, and other acts of terrorism. And Sophie's mother was the victim of them, and they remained active until Jean was exiled from the country. Um, the novel was published in 1994, and at around the same time that the story was published, um, news about Jean came up once again and started rising. Not much had been known of him after he was exiled and he left to France. But in 1994, news about him being near poverty arose a lot because of the fact that he had taken with him $120 million back in 1986. So um, a little bit on why I chose this book. So I did give a small research on the other books, but there isn't really a particular reason why I didn't choose the other ones. I just didn't feel a connection to it, and I decided that Breath Ice Memory fit my interest a little more. I did grow up in a dangerous area in Mexico, which is the main reason why we moved to the States. So I was able to connect with the story not only because of the scenario that it plays in, but also because I could see a little bit of my mom in Martine, which is Sophie's mother, and the way she deals with generational trauma and how instead of stopping it, she keeps passing it down, in this case to Sophie. And a little bit, I also saw a little bit of myself on Sophie and the way she struggles mentally, emotionally, and in some type of way, also physically on her own. Um, because it is shown that she eventually ends up getting married, so she has support, also by her aunt, but she prefers to struggle on her own, and on silent, which is something that I find myself doing as well. Um, And I could say that I chose it mainly because of the connection I felt to it. Because I do believe that in order to truly enjoy a book, there has to be something that connects you to it. Even if it's something really small, like something that is mentioned, a character, um, I don't know, the theme of the book, the actual plot of it. It has to be something small. And I felt connected to this book because of different types of things, such as the ones I've mentioned, or the acts of violence that are mentioned within the book that I've also went through. And the other books didn't offer me that, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get through the whole book if it was something that really caught my attention. And eventually, as my options went down, this was the last option that I had. And thankfully, it was one that I was able to connect to really well. So that's my reason of choosing this book. This is just my works cited page where I got most of the information on, such as the background of the author, as well as the political and historical background. And that's everything. Thank you.